guys, it's your girl Sarah J coming your way with another video, and that's right, the princess is here. If you're new around here, welcome to my channel. I do all kinds of content from chronic health to music and blogging and etc. So if you like all those types of things, please stick around. If you haven't read my title, my video will be about my endometriosis story and my journey to being diagnosed. About 2 years ago, I put out a vlog documenting my journey, and I never got to explain how I got there and, how I was diagnosed and my journey through finding out I had endometriosis. So today's video will be about that. Disclaimer, there will be a lot of TMI moments, and I will be talking about menstrual cycles, period pain, mental health. If you're not into that, please click out this video. I'm sparing you. So yes. All right, so my story actually starts when I was a preteen. I was 12 when I got my first period. I specifically remember that day because I was feeling a little funny that day, didn't think much of it. It was like a birthday event. I was having fun, playing outside and, just enjoying my life. But I went to the bathroom and I look and see, and I'm like, what is going on? Then I was like, oh, that's that thing my mom was talking about a few months ago, that it's gonna happen to me and this and that. And I was like so excited. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get the treatment, gonna get the pads, gonna get everything. And it really didn't go that way. But all my aunties were there, and they, gave me pads and was just like, oh my gosh, my little Sarah's growing up and this and that. My mom wasn't there, and she was at home and not feeling well. This is around the time she got really sick, and so she couldn't help me in that moment. But I had my aunties there to kind of guide me throughout the day. But yeah, I was really excited. I was quote unquote became a woman, so I didn't know what the process was going to be like, but I was really excited. So not knowing I had a lot coming ahead. My first few years of having my period were okay. Like the first 2 years were okay. Nothing really serious happening. Little cramps here and there, but I was all right until I turned 14. And that's when I knew that there was like a change in how I was feeling in my periods and stuff. My cramps started to get really bad, and this is the time where I was going to school, and it was hard. I could barely do my schoolwork. I was just really, really sick and didn't know that my periods would be so bad. I specifically remember one day a family member said I was being dramatic and I had to toughen up. And I was like, man, I'm experiencing so much pain. They were like, you gotta fake it till you make it, I was like, okay, so I'm supposed to not let people know that I'm on my period and let them know that I'm in excruciating pain. All right. And that kind of stuck in my head because I was like, okay, I must be being dramatic because there are a lot of women out there that are probably having the same thing, and I'm just, doing the most. But yeah, I was like, okay, fake it till I make it. Throughout the months and the years, I was just like, even though I'm experiencing this pain, I shouldn't act like I'm in pain. My primary doctor at the time, was thinking about putting me on birth control, but my mom was like, no, I'm too young. So she was like, okay, well, yeah, just take pain medication and, call it a day. So that's what I did. But it was getting really bad, and I was just like, I don't know what to do. So she referred me to a gynecologist, and this is around the time where I just turned 17 or about to turn 17. And yep, I had my first gyno appointment, and that went horrible. That was pretty horrible. The doctor was unpleasant. The nurse was pretty mean and judgmental, and I just did not have a good experience. I'll make another video about that and my experience with doctors and just the horrible situations I've dealt with. But yeah, they did some blood work and my doctor said that my results had came back as PCOS. To be honest, I'm not sure if I have PCOS to this day, but you know, that's what the blood results had came back, and I wasn't going to go back to them, so it is what it is. I'll have to talk to my current gynecologist and see if that's a possibility, but hey, I wasn't going to go back to them, so yeah. But going back to my periods, oh my goodness, they were just getting worse as the years were going by. I noticed a thing that was going on when I was about to start my period. 2 weeks or a week before my period, I would get really ill. And just to name a few of the symptoms that I was dealing with was nauseousness, inflammation, breast tenderness, migraines, my nerves hurting. I won't get into too much detail because I want to make a separate video about the symptoms that I were dealing with, but those were like the main things I was dealing with before my period started. So I would get really, really ill. And then when my period started, it would probably be bad or horrific. And man, when it was horrific, I'm telling you, it was debilitating. I was in so much pain. So this is around time we moved. We're looking for new healthcare provider to, you know, manage our main doctor, like the primary care doctor. And we finally found one. Shout out to Dr. Posing. She was amazing. She's not our doctor right now because she is retired, but she was a blessing. I'm so grateful for her and all that she's done for our family. Like I said before, I was brushing off my periods and not really talking about it or mentioning it to my doctor. But I knew it was time to start talking about it with my doctor. I had to, you know, let her know because I was like, this needs to be addressed because I'm bedridden when I'm on my period, and that is not normal. Like, I'm like having it really bad. And so I just talked to her about it, and she diagnosed me with dysmenorrhea. I think I'm saying that right. It's pretty much chronic menstrual cycles. And I was, you know, she was like, maybe you should just go on the Depo shot and we'll try that out. Went on the Depo shot for like a year. It was okay. Like, I really wasn't experiencing any change, but it was causing a lot of weight gain, and I just hated that. I was like, oh no, I gotta get off of this. And so she referred me to a gynecologist, and man, I'm so grateful for my doctor. He really listens and takes notes and, you know, explains everything. Even his nurses was like very knowledgeable on stuff. And I was like, okay, period. Like, they're good. I'm like, okay. Because I've dealt with a lot of medical professionals that were unpleasant and didn't take my pain seriously. So finally getting my periods addressed and having a good doctor on top of that was a plus. After trying a few birth controls and other type of medicine to kind of help with the period pain, there were some that were okay with my periods, but they were still heavy, a lot of heavy bleeding, and they were causing weight gain, and some was just, you know, we tried a few medicines and it just really wasn't working. And he was like, okay, maybe you have endometriosis. And I was like, oh, kind of know what that is because I did a short film and I was the doctor telling the main character that she might have endometriosis. And I'll put a clip right here. But I read over results, and although you're eating and changing your health ways, I'm sorry that I have to tell you this, but you may also have endometriosis. Endometriosis is a development of the uterine lining tissue outside of the uterus. We can set you up for a laparoscopy surgery to make sure that you have endometriosis and to remove some of it. Once we know you have endometriosis, then we can treat you. Yep, that's me mispronouncing endometriosis and giving vague facts about it. But yeah, my doctor, said you might have endometriosis and we can find out by doing surgery. And I was like, surgery? I was like, okay. I was like, this is my first time actually talking about having surgery or something. I've had procedures, but I never had surgery. So I was like, okay, yeah, let's do it. So he was explaining this is how we diagnose if you have endometriosis. And I was like, all right. This is around the time that COVID came out and the pandemic just started. So everything was on lockdown. We had a date set for the surgery, but we kept pushing it because, everything was just a little weird around that time. So yeah, we finally set a date that they can actually do the surgery. And around this time, I was getting really, really nervous. I had just put out a GoFundMe to help me pay for the surgery because it was kind of expensive. Okay, so I didn't really want people in my business, and I was really just uncomfortable with the whole situation and having people, send money for a surgery that, might not find anything, and it was just like useless. That was my mindset. So I was just really in my head and just kind of talking down on myself. I'm like, maybe they won't find endometriosis. Maybe they'll say, yo, it's your diet, or it's you not doing something, or it's in your head. That's all the things I was scared. Like, I was really, really scared that, that I was gonna receive like a negative result. I never really, put my chronic health on blast like this doing the GoFundMe, so it was uncomfortable. But we have the surgery, and yep, I had endometriosis. When I woke up from the surgery and he told me that they removed the endometriosis, I was so relieved. Like, it was just like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders. I was like, there's finally an answer to the pain that I was dealing with. And for years, I was brushing it off, or the doctor was brushing it off. And my family was like, it's normal. And other women was like, it's normal. And I'm like, I don't feel normal. I feel in pain, And I hated that I had to deal with that for years of being in pain and kind of, and not thinking too much about it because it's supposed to be normal. I'm so glad that I was able to have the surgery and get it removed, because I don't know if there's a lot of women out there that can have the surgery or don't have the answers to the pain that they're dealing with. Now, if you are getting bedridden and having pains that cripple you during your menstrual cycle, there is a problem, and you have to be vocal about how you're feeling, because to be in that much pain is not normal. Don't let nobody tell you that it's normal. And if there's a doctor that's not helping you, find another one. There are so many out there that can, help you. Find one until you find the right one for you, and the one that it takes your pain seriously. With endometriosis, it comes back every 2 to 3 years, and I'm starting to notice some pain during my periods, and I'm like, it might have came back, who knows. I talked to my doctor. He said that could be like the cause of me having period pain again. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to do a diet change and exercise more, so I don't have to experience too much pain during my periods. But yeah, that is it for this video. If you're dealing with period pain and symptoms like, you know, bad symptoms, or you've been diagnosed with endometriosis, please comment down below and let's talk to each other. I would love to hear your story and just hear from you guys. Also, if you like this video, please hit that like button. Also, hit that subscribe button and that post notification, that bell, ding, to receive notifications when I post a video. Thank you guys for watching. Please stay tuned for more videos that will be posted. Thank you. Bye.